All right, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize, but let's get started with our first appearance calendar for October 22nd, 2025. This is a list of misdemeanor cases in which individuals had been recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. Soon after being booked in, their cases were formally accused. And so today would be their first appearance under the accusation number, which I will give you when I call your case. In addition to that, I'll also let you know what are the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel where necessary, and to give you a new court date if you are still detained at the jail for the next 2 weeks. If you are a defendant charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court during this virtual proceeding, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to represent you. Courtroom 2, who do we have?
We have position 5, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is State versus Walter Bryant, accused of simple battery family violence from October 21st, 2025, represented by Mr. Stephen Weiner. And any priors, Mr. Howard?
I don't think so. I think this was a consent, correct?
Consent, okay. And
We
Mr.
haven't spoken to anybody, Judge, about this.
Okay.
I think the public defender may have spoken to somebody, but I don't know.
Well, I'm going to let Mr. Rhodes allocute the proposed consent, and then I'll see if you and your client would like to jabber about it or accept it.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Judge. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much. This is it was a proposed consent in the amount of a $2,000 sign-on bond through pretrial services, level 1 supervision. We just asked that he has no further violent contact with his son, Walter Reed Bryant Jr. We have made contact with the mother of the child, who expressed that this was a one-time thing. Definitely want him to be back home. We want him to be back home with his family. And obviously, we're asking for it to be through pretrial services because of the statute, it being family violence.
Okay. Mr. Weiner?
Judge, the only thing does pretrial level 1 mean that there has to be any reporting on my client's behalf?
Yes, once a month, and I can allow for telephonic reporting.
That's fine, Judge, because this is a case that should not have been accused, and the mother is on the
We can
the
deal with
call.
that later, but yes, that's the proposal.
So,
I'm on the line.
but that's fine, Judge. I just it'll resolve itself. But this is an issue that the police, if anything, should have taken the child away and not the father.
Understood. All right, sir. This will be, of course, based on further investigation. I presume the state may consider other options, but presently, Mr. Bryant, please make sure that you report to pretrial services once a month and have no further violent contact with the victim, which means no future physical and verbal altercations. Other than that, good luck with your case. Thank you.
Judge, I just want to make sure that the order does state that he can do this by phone.
It is, I just put in there, telephonic reporting authorized.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. Good to see
All right,
you.
you too. Apologize for the delay, but
That's okay.
thank you.
I know you're busy.
Okay, thank you. Courtroom 2, next case.
Judge, what was the amount of that consent bond?
2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 telephonic reporting.
Thanks, Judge.
Did he say that? Did he ask? Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Weiner. Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
We have position 1 next, Judge.
Position what now?
Position 1.
1, okay. This is Joshua Burton Akery, accused of battery family violence from August 12th of 2024. Mr. Akery, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, that's going to be Miss Tucker, is it? Or Miss Cook? Miss Cook, all right. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Consent.
Oh, another consent? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rhodes, what are the terms of the consent?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to this, there were no priors. It is a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. We did ask for there to be no further violent contact with Mr. Benjamin Sorrow. And we have been in contact with Mr. Sorrow. He is in agreement with this bond. I believe Mr. Sorrow may be on, and he is in favor of the contact. He
All
explained
right.
no further violation of
Yes, yes, I'm on.
Oh, I'm sorry. And no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
All right. Thank you. And Ms. Cook, is your client in agreement with those terms?
Yes, Your Honor, we previously signed and sent the bond over order.
Okay. And Mr. Sorrow,
Yes, ma'am.
you need your video on?
Start my video. Yes, ma'am.
All right. From what I
Oh.
gather, you have no objection to no further violent contact, which means that Mr. Acri can communicate with you or be in the same room, but there cannot
Yes,
be
ma'am.
any physical or verbal altercations between the two of you.
Yes, I agree. And I would like to dismiss this case. I would like there to be no charges pressed.
All right. That is a question for the prosecutor to address. So they will make that decision and they will take your wishes into consideration. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next case, please.
What's the amount on this, Judge?
It is a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Okay, and we have position 11 next.
11, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Richard Farrow is accused of theft by receiving stolen property from October 19th, 2025. Mr. Farrow, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Your accusation is 25 CR 6589F. Any priors or is this a consent?
Consent.
All right. And the terms, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, as it relates to Mr. Farrell, it is a UJR, unsecured judicial release through the jail on the theft by receiving stolen property. We are asking that he has no further contact with the victim, whose name is Waleed, Waleed Fields, and that he stay away from 4875 Old National Highway in College Park, Georgia. So he's not to go back to that location, have no further violations of the law, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. McLean, is your client in agreement with these terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Farrow, the state has agreed to a release bond. It's called a UJR or unsecured judicial release. Even though you are given a release bond, you still must comply with the conditions because this is still an open active case. You are to have no contact with Waleed Field, which means you stay 200 yards away from him and you do not speak with him in any way, form, or manner, including a cell phone or a computer device or even through a third party. And you're to stay away from 4875 Old National Highway. You're not to be seen anywhere near there. Otherwise, you could be arrested for trespass. If you get arrested again, this unsecured judicial release bond can also be surrendered. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure we have a good address on you and you need to report to court when summoned. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd just like to confirm with Ms. Lewis that I sent the signed copy for this case over. I just wanted to make sure. If not, I'll send it over.
Ms. Bridgewater is nodding her head vigorously. So,
Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Okay. Next case.
We have position 4, Mr. Bellamy.
Ooh, that's very muffled. I couldn't hear the position number.
4.
4, okay.
Yes, sir.
Barry Roderick Bellamy has got 4 misdemeanor charges stemming from December 25th of 2023. Simple battery, family violence, cruelty in the 3rd degree, battery, family violence, and simple assault, family violence. Mr. Bellamy, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Cook. Any priors or is this a consent?
7, on probation, Clayton County, disorderly conduct. And yeah, the 2021 disorderly conduct arrest. That's it.
Okay. Ms. Evans Battle, is this a consent bond or
No, Your Honor.
right? What's the recommendation?
The recommendation in this particular case is for him to, we are actually asking in this particular case for, I apologize, cash bond. Yes, we were asking for a cash bond in this particular case. This was a case that we had, we were attempting to actually transfer this case to the district attorney's office based on the seriousness of this particular case. He's charged with simple battery, cruelty to children in the third, battery, and simple assault as family violence cases. Asia Good is the victim in this particular case, and who indicated that after a verbal dispute, she was asking him to leave. They'd been in a relationship for about 6 months. She was removing the bags and his belongings from the home. He took her and put her in a headlock. He was strangling her. She felt as if her airways was being restricted and she was unable to breathe and thought that she was going to pass out. There were bruises along her neck and throat to support her allegation, as well as he chased her around and punched her. We're asking as to the simple battery count. We are asking for an amount of $2,500. As to the cruelty to children count, we're asking for $2,500 as well. As for the battery, $3,000, and as for the simple assault, $1,500 would be the amount. And so is that?
Is this the one where the officer described it in the body of the warrant as aggravated assault strangulation, but the original charge was battery or simple battery?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All
it
right.
is.
Understood. Thank you. Ms. Cook?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bellamy is 34 years old. He's been in Georgia for the last 5 years. He actually is engaged and has 3 children total. Most recently, a 6-month-old. He also has a 13 and 11-year-old children. He is actually an active firefighter and currently employed with Forest Park, Georgia. He had no knowledge of this particular warrant. I just want to point out that the incident date in these warrants, Your Honor, is Christmas of 2023. So some time ago, he didn't have any knowledge of as it relates to these charges or these warrants until he went himself to the police station to do a police report because he didn't receive his firefighter tags, and that's when he was brought into custody as it relates to these particular warrants. As you heard, he does have some prior, most recently disorderly conduct, and he was on probation for that and has abided by all terms and conditions. It's my understanding he doesn't have any failure to appears or anything that would suggest that he would not show up for court. He adamantly denies these allegations. Again, like I said, he had no knowledge of these warrants. And it's also my understanding that, because we went over it and discussed that he has not had any contact with Ms. Good since January or I'll say early 2024 when they came back from vacation. So we will be asking the court for a signature bond through pretrial services on these. Like I said, he is employed as a firefighter with Forest Park, has known ties to the area, has been here for quite some time, and turned himself in, essentially.
Is this is he engaged to Miss Good?
No, he has not.
Okay, so that relationship is long gone.
Correct. He is okay with
And does he share the minor child with Miss Good?
No.
No, they don't have any children.
Okay, thank you. On the simple battery, that's 1,000. The cruelty is 1,000. The battery is 2,000, and the simple assault is 500. That's 234. That's 4,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. This is going to be in-person reporting once a month. No further contact with Asia Good. That's ASJA Good, and her minor child or children, to stay away from the 7840 Roswell Road apartment complex, the entire complex. And within 30 days, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. This is a series of 24 classes that he will attend and complete at his expense. Sometimes if you have satisfactory completion of these classes, the prosecution may consider a more favorable option in your case, which might not impede your ability to become a firefighter. So I highly recommend that you strictly comply with these conditions, and we'll see you in court. We will send a notice to your current mailing address. Make sure we have your current mailing address on file. Thank you.
Thank you, Yana.
Ali, make sure you put must report in person once a month. Because when they see level 1, they're gonna automatically assume call in.
Okay,
That's all.
so
Okay.
level 1 in person. Thank
Yeah.
you. Next case, please.
We have position 10, Mr. Dillard.
Derek Dillard is
Yes.
accused of simple assault family violence from October 20th of this year, case 25 CR 6574Y. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Cook. Oh, this is
Second.
a consent. Okay, Mr. Rhodes, what are the terms of the consent?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Dillard, the terms of the consent are a $2,000 sign-on bond through pretrial services, level 1 release. We are asking that Mr. Dillard has no further contact with John Sadler, no further violations of the law, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Cook, does your client agree to those terms?
It was my understanding it was no further violent contact with Mr.
May I see the order again? Cook.
And it may, I might have said that wrong. Sometimes my, it is violent contact. Thank you for that correction. I apologize for that. No further violent contact with Mr. John Sadler.
Yes. Other than that, yes, that's the agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dillard, those are the terms of your bond. Please make sure we have a current mailing address on file. And you can communicate or be in the same room with the victim, but there cannot be any future physical or verbal altercations. Otherwise, you'll be back in jail. Thank you.
What was that amount, Judge?
It was 2,000.
She still have a couple upstairs. She's.
Okay. Next case? I'm sorry, was that, we good? Okay.
We have position 25, Mr. Shields.
25? Okay. Why is this name so familiar? Cordero Shields, accused of battery family violence from July 18th, 2025. Mr. Shields, your case number is 25 CR 6582B. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Wills. And any priors?
7. We got an open obstruction DUI out of Cobb County. 2016 theft conviction. 2014 use of forged debit card conviction.
All right, Mr. Rhodes or Ms. Evans Battle? What's the recommendation?
Is this a Fields or Shields? I'm sorry.
This is Shields.
And I was not offered a consent bond on this case.
Okay,
Shields.
yes, this is the one at Pine Street. I'm not, sorry, not Pine Street. Oh gosh,
350 Peachtree.
Peachtree Street, sorry.
Gotcha.
I think he lives in Pine Street.
John, if I may ask the court, I might have missed on this. If this is one that I could research and come back to, if we can go to another position, I'd greatly appreciate it. My apologies to the court.
Okay, the alleged victim is Limoshan Thomas. If that helps, but okay,
Yeah.
Sorry, Deputy, we'll come back to this case when the prosecutor is ready.
That does sound familiar. Hold on one second.
We have position 21 next.
Leroy McGee is accused of pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another, reckless conduct, and the pointing or aiming a gun, that's 2 counts. This is from November 6th of 2024, case number 25 CR 65858. Mr. McGee, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
17. 2024 failure to appear. 2023 ag assault, strangulation, arrest. That was out of state. 2022 probation, failure to appear. 2021 domestic assault conviction. 2019 burglary, and I think he's wanted out of Douglas County. Bench warrant. That's it.
And the burglary, was that a felony conviction?
It just shows as an arrest.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes or Miss Evans Battle? Yes.
The burglary, I have it as, I thought, when I saw it, that it was a conviction, because I usually only put those down. That was in Tennessee. Is that the one you're speaking of?
Probably so.
Okay. But our recommendation in this particular case is for, as to the pointing a gun at another, those 2 counts, we're asking for a $2,500 surety bond as to each one. And as to the reckless conduct, $1,500 surety bond based on the information, and that he has a prior FTA as well.
Mr. McLean?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McGee is 28 years old. He lives on a Georgia address. He's for over a year. He has a college degree or college work for the last 2 years. It may have resulted in an associate in Clarksville, Tennessee, at a state university there. He works in construction, Your Honor, so he is quite diligent in those fields. We are aware of he was forthcoming and very open about his arrest record. He does ask the court to set the bond as low as possible. If the FTA is correct from 2024, that would cause a problem with regard to a signature bond. But if that, we haven't confirmed that, of course, but we understand, we've just heard it. So we would ask the court to set the bond as low as possible. If it's not legal to ask for a signature bond, or to get one rather, then we will ask for a 1,000 surety.
Is there an Angela Akhtar or a Jessica Morales on Zoom? Okay. On pointing a gun or a pistol, there are 2 alleged victims. That's going to be $2,500 on each count. The reckless conduct is $1,500. That's a $6,500 surety bond. Next court date is going to be November 4th. Mr. McGee, I don't know, I'm not completely certain if you have a felony conviction on your history, but if you do, by law, you are not allowed to have a firearm or any firearms on your person, in your home, anywhere near you, or even in the vehicle that you drive. You're not allowed to have any firearms. And so if you cannot comply with that, then you might as well just stay in jail until you figure it out. But in the meantime, you're to have no further contact with Angela Akhtar and Jessica Morales. You're to stay away from 1840 Millstone Court in Alpharetta, Georgia. In the first 6 months of your, upon your release, well, you have to go to Douglas County. I think you've got a hold. Once you are completed with that hold, you have to come back to Fulton County Jail to be equipped with an ankle monitor. And you will be equipped with an ankle monitor for 6 months. And you will pay for those monitoring fees. So once you're done with Douglas County, make sure you come back to Fulton County Jail to be equipped with the ankle monitor. Thank you. Oh, your next court date is November 4th.
Judge, what's that bond amount was again? Can you break that down again?
Count 1 is $2,500. Count 2 is $1,500. Count 3 is $2,500.
Thank you.
Judge, would you like to go back to position 25, or do you want to move?
Oh, you can keep moving on until Mr. Rhodes is ready.
I was ready on it, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
I found my notes on it.
25, Cordero Shields. Case 25 CR 6582B.
Yes, Your Honor. Thanks so much for that time. This is a case, like you said, the victim, Lamotion Thomas, advised that at the time her significant other, Cordero Shields, who she lives with on Pine Street in Smyrna, Georgia, had gotten into a verbal dispute that became physical. Ms. Thomas advised that the defendant struck him on the right side of his face with a closed fist. Officers were, upon observing the face, was able to see the swelling and an abrasion around the right eye of Mr. Thomas. Your Honor, the state is recommending a surety bond of $1,000 and that there be no further violent contact with LaMoshon Thomas. There be no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. We show that there is a pending obstruction and DUI in Cobb County from December of 2024. And there's also a very small, about 5 cycles out of Cook County in Chicago, mostly traffic though, than other misdemeanors. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Wills? Please unmute.
My apologies. Mr. Shields is 38 years old. I do want to note again that this case this alleged incident allegedly took place back in July. Mr. Shields has not had any further issues with this alleged victim. He is currently employed at Pactive Evergreen as a team leader. He has been employed there for the past 8 years, and he has resided in Georgia since 2021. He does have minimal criminal history, and I would request a signature bond on his behalf.
Bond is set at $3,500, so signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. He will have to report to pretrial twice a month. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. He'll be subject to random screens. Within 30 days of being released, he will enroll and complete a domestic violence intervention program. It is a series of 24 classes, which he will have to complete at his expense without missing or skipping any classes. No further contact with Ms. Thomas, and to stay away from the 4557 Pine Street location in Smyrna, Georgia, unless she's present to tell me otherwise. Ms.
I
Thomas?
believe that the recommendation was no further violent contact.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard no further contact. Was it no further violent contact? Okay. In that case, he can return to 4557 Pine Street and no further violent contact. So, Mr. Shields, make sure that you report to pretrial twice a month. You enroll in those classes. Do not consume the items I've listed. And if you engage in any physical or verbal altercation, well, your bond will be surrendered and you'll be back in jail. Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge, we have a Spanish interpreter on the line for the case that was reset from Monday's SCA counter, and I was just trying to see who's presiding, which PD is gonna be having that case. It's position number 23.
Who represents Blanca Osornio?
I do, Your Honor. We do request that that be off the live streaming or in a
Breakout?
breakout.
Okay, as soon as all right, Ms. De Leon is present. And is Ms. Osornio in courtroom 2 or ACDC?
ACDC.
All right, as soon as they come on, we'll be able to have a breakout with that particular case. Okay, next case.
We have position 14, Mr. Fowler.
Richard Fowler is accused of battery family violence from July 18th, 2025, case 25 CR 6576E. Mr. Fowler, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be, I think it's going to be Ms. Wills. Okay. Any priors?
Yeah, 13 total. It's a lot. Hold on, Judge. I got probations with ag assault, a couple of them. Open cases for battery, simple battery, ag battery, terrorist threats. another ag assault. And I'll leave it at that. It's a lot. And a 2025 FTA. So.
And are these cases all in Georgia?
Yes, they 23 SCs and all
Okay,
that. Yeah.
all right. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This case stems from a July 18, 2025 event as well. Officer Harris responded to a domestic violence call at 588 Cooper Street in Southwest Atlanta. Upon arrival, he did meet with the caller. Her name is Miss Laziara Duncans. She did respond to officers, and she stated that Mr. Fowler assaulted her. She stated that Mr. Fowler struck her head against the wall, punched her once in the chest, causing her to fall onto a couch. And subsequently, after that, he began choking her. Ms. Duncans further reported that after the assault, she ran to her neighbor's apartment and called 911 because Mr. Fowler destroyed 2 Samsung phones that she had. Officers did note that Ms. Duncans appeared intoxicated on the scene and could not recall whether or not she lost consciousness during the assault. She did admit to the drinking on that day, and the officers cleared the house to search for Mr. Fowler, but he was not present. She also mentioned that approximately 2 months prior, that she had been living with Mr. Fowler for 2 years and 2 months. According to Ms. Duncans, the incident started with both of them drinking beer and liquor throughout the day, and she became upset and told Mr. Fowler that he needed to leave because of contributions to the home. This reportedly angered Mr. Fowler, and which led to the assault. Domestic violence investigators were alerted to the scene and were put on this case. And essentially, because of the desire to press charges, they took out the warrants. Photographs were taken of the visible marks on the left side of the victim's neck, and they are, in fact, turned over to the state. In addition to this case, Your Honor, I just want to bring to the court's attention that while the investigators were looking at it, they found similar reports involving the same victim. There was a previous police report from October 25th of 2023, where officers responded to a fight call at the same listed location upon meeting with the same victim, Miss Duncans, who stated her live-in boyfriend, Mr. Richard Fowler, punched her in the face on that occasion during an argument. When asked exactly where did he punch you, Ms. Duncan stated directly below her right eye and above her right cheek. Ms. Duncan did have an injury during that particular incident as well. At that time, officers did place Mr. Fowler under arrest on the scene. Your Honor, the October 2023 battery family violence involving the same victim is currently pending before Judge Morrison under case number 23 CR 006710E. It is showing inactive in our system. However, I'm showing that the case has never been closed out and is probably showing inactive because of a bench warrant. However, we have filed a motion to revoke bond because in that bond motion that was signed by Judge Mincy on October 26, 2023, he was ordered to have no further contact with the victim in that case. And so that has been actively filed, and it has been e-filed by staff from my office. In addition, there is a 23 SC 188973 conviction for aggravated assault family violence. That was in fact a different victim. However, the defendant is currently on probation for that aggravated assault family violence. In addition, there was a September 12th, 2025 arrest for simple battery family violence. And as mentioned, there are FTAs on the record. As such, Your Honor, we are asking for a straight cash bond in the amount of $10,000. We're asking that he stay away from Laziara, and that's spelled Laziara Duncans. That he stay away from 588 Cooper Street in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. That he undergo alcohol drug evaluation and treatment, as it appears that the these events do stem from major alcohol drinking, that he undergoes 24-week family violence intervention program, and that he has no further violations of the law and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Wills?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Fowler is 48 years old. Again, this incident did happen 5 months ago. There was mention of phones. However, he is not or was not charged with criminal trespass. He does state that he and the alleged victim are no longer in a relationship. He does not reside there with her any longer. He has not had any contact or communication with her in quite some time. We are requesting a one-time escort as they did formally live together. She put him out, and he does have some belongings remaining at the home. Mr. Fowler is from Georgia. He is currently unemployed, so I would object to any additional classes at this time. And I would request that this court order or issue the lowest bond possible due to his indigent status.
So, Mr. Rhodes, when he was arrested on September 13th, 2025, this is Richard Fowler, right?
Yes, let me go back to the GCIC. Yes, ma'am.
Didn't we know about this case at that time? Because the incident dates from July 18th.
Yes, and I'm going back to make sure that I got that completely right from the GCIC. Almost there. There we go. I am at the cycle 11 on the GCIC does in fact show a September 12th, 2025 arrest for failure to appear. So if he was, and I can check to see if he went to the Fulton County Jail. Let me just check that.
Well, he did. He had first appearance on September 13th. I signed the bond order for $2,000, and he was represented by Maureen McLeod. So, Ms. Wills, is this something that your office would be covering, or is that Ms. McLeod?
I was not aware of the conflict, but if one exists, then
Ms. McLeod, is this your client, Richard Fowler?
His name sounds familiar, Your Honor.
Yep. I granted him a bond just last month, September 13th. His older case is 25 CR 005575E. And I'm not certain why this warrant did not pop up at the time that we addressed the later case, but I think I'm going to have to reassign this to Ms. McLeod. All right, so Ms. Wills, the PD's office won't be representing him.
yes.
And his bond for this particular charge is going to be $2,500. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Lazaria Duncans, to stay away from 588 Cooper Street in Atlanta, Georgia. He is not allowed to return to that location at all. I don't care for one-time visit, he's not allowed. He's to stay 200 yards away from her and that location and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. His next court date is going to be November 4th, and we're going to reassign that with his other case, 25 CR 005575E. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we have position 28, Mr. Thompson.
28.
Judge, what was that last amount?
2,500 surety. This is State versus Xavier Thompson. Mr. Thompson has 5 misdemeanor charges stemming from I gather, a murder incident, fare evasion, willful obstruction of a police officer, that's 3 counts, and 1 count of criminal trespass. You've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Wills, and your accusation number is 25 CR 6579E. Mr. Howard, any priors?
8. We got an open case in Superior Court 25 004568. Possession of a Schedule 3, 4, or 5 controlled substance with intent. I see a 2021 case. It's a CWAC case, but I don't know if that's still open.
Okay.
Got open case out of Clayton County, possession of marijuana on probation for theft by receiving marijuana with intent. 2024 trespass conviction. 2021 ag assault. It was amended to disorderly conduct conviction. That's it.
All right, thank you. Did we NOD the marijuana charge? Yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to this particular case, we are asking for a bond in the amount. It's typical MARTA, criminal trespass, obstruction, fair evasion. I won't get into much details. I believe there's a total of 5 counts. We'd ask for $50 on each count for a total of $250, Your Honor.
Ms. Wills?
No, well, would that be a surety?
No, that'll be a cash bond.
At this time, my client, he is unemployed, so I do not believe that he'd be able to afford a $250 cash bond.
All right. Does he have a residence?
He reports that he's resided in Georgia for the past 10 years. That he was participating with PAD prior to his arrest. And so he is hoping to resume his participation with PAD upon his release.
On the fair evasion is $15. This is all a cash bond. Willful obstruction, each bond is going to be $10. And on the criminal trespass is going to be $20. This is going to be 20, 30, 40, 50. That's going to be a $65 cash bond. To stay away from all MARTA property, including the station where he was arrested, until further order of the court. Next court date is November 4th.
You know, we'd also ask for a social work visit. I know that probably will happen, but.
Social worker visit to assess competency in housing. Thank you.
Next, we have position 9, Mr. Curtis.
9?
Yes, ma'am, 9.
Nikavion Curtis is accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property from October 11th, 2024, case number 25 CR 6573C. Mr. Curtis, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Cook. Any priors?
15. He got a felony charge for ag assault, criminal damage to property. Not sure what the bond is. Last arrest was on the 17th of this month, Henry County, forgery in the first, ID theft fraud. Got open battery, criminal damage in the second degree out of Clayton County. 2023 failure to appear, 22 probation, 21 disorderly conduct conviction, 2015 robbery. You want me to keep going? That's enough.
No, that's good. Thank you. All right, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. On October 11th of 2024, officers did respond to 2400 Campbellton Road in Atlanta. Police were dispatched to that location as a result of a domestic dispute with the damaged vehicle. Imani Blunt, who was the victim, did advise that her boyfriend, Nikavion Curtis, was upset with her because she was not able to give him a ride to his mother's memorial service. She did have an appointment scheduled that day and was unable to. She stated that he got angry and slashed her tire vehicles with an unknown object. Officers, when they responded, they were able to see that the 2 tires on the passenger side were both flattened. And then on October 21st of 2024, she was in fact able to confirm his identity. He did appear in felony first appearance today on an aggravated assault, reckless conduct, criminal damage to property in the second degree, where he had shot through the door of the same victim, Miss Imani Blunt, and damaged items inside of the housing where she barricaded herself from him because she was in fear of him. That case number, Your Honor, is 25 PI 008691. Defendant in that case nearly struck the victim with a bullet. He shot at least 4 shots into the home. As such, we do believe that he is a danger to persons and property, and that he is particularly a danger to Imani. I do recognize that this case is over a year old. However, given the seriousness of the cumulative of his cases involving the same victim, I am asking for a surety bond in the amount of $10,000. That he stay away from 2400 Campbellton Road in Atlanta, Georgia, that he has no further contact with Miss Imani Blunt, and that he undergoes 24-week family violence intervention course and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while on bond. Your Honor, we have been in contact with Miss Imani Blunt. She has indicated that they are, in fact, back together in a relationship. However, sometimes we have to stand up for people that won't stand up for themselves at the time. So thank you, Judge.
Imani Blunt, if you are present, this is your time to unmute and start your video. Okay. Ms. Cook?
Thank you, Your Honor. I again just want to point out that this alleged incident happened October the 11th of last year, 2024. I did have an opportunity as well to talk to Ms. Blunt. I didn't expect her to be on the Zoom because she said she was on her way to work and that she did speak with the state previously. It's my understanding that she's okay with the co-parent. They co-parent and she's okay with contact with him. He's not, at this point, we're denying the allegations, but I do want to point out that Ms. Blunt said that the damages to the tire were paid for by Mr. Curtis. So she was made whole. His mom did pass away September of last year, and he was going through a very emotional state. He's only 27 years old. His highest level of education is a GED. It's my understanding he's employed at a security. He does security at a nightclub and at a hotel. As it relates to some of the conditions that the state pointed out, I just want to point out that this particular charge is for this matter before Your Honor is a criminal trespass damage to property. So we would object to any FFIB or anything like that. We would be asking the court because even with his pending felony case, it's still all allegations and he's presumed innocent unless until the state can meet that burden. I understand he does have some criminal history, but he has shown an ability to report to court. He's been in Georgia all his life. He does have ties to the area. We would be asking the court for a signature bond, and if not a signature bond, a very low surety bond.
Does his job require him to be armed?
I don't believe, we didn't talk about it, so I'm not sure.
Well, okay.
But no, we will understand a no weapons condition.
Okay. This is a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He will report to pretrial once a week. Ms. Blount is not here, and I do understand her concerns, but given that this is a continuing situation, given the current felony case, he is to have no further contact with Imani Blount. He is to stay away from where she lives, where she works, or wherever she's physically located. He's not to communicate with her in any way, form, or manner, including in person, third party, mail, email, phone, and even on social media. If he wishes to have contact with the child or children that he shares with Ms. Blount, he needs to file a legitimation case with the appropriate superior court and get a court order to establish a parenting plan and a child support plan. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. He will be subject to random screens. And he reports once a week. Within 30 days of being released, he must also provide us with his new residential address since he cannot reside with Ms. Blount. Thank you.
Holly, that's per judge. What's the reset date for this SAP?
November 4th. Yeah, that's a good idea because he's got that felony case, so I'm going to
There's no
reset it.
bond, so he can
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
We have position 24 next.
24.
Roger. Terry, where you at, Terry?
This is Derek Stanton Rogers, accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of an officer from October 20th of this year, case 25 CR 6583G. Mr. Rogers, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
50.
I'm sorry?
50.
50 cycles, okay?
2 probations from last year's trespass conviction. 2023 trespass no low. 2023, 2022 failure to appears. 2022 obstruction conviction, 21 trespass conviction.
That's good. Thank you. Mr. Rhodes, what's the bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending $100 cash bond and to stay away from martyr at this time.
Mr. McLean?
I would concur.
This is going to be $50 on the criminal trespass, $50 on the obstruction. This is a $100 cash bond. Stay away from all martyr property until further order of the court and to have no violent contact with law enforcement. Thank you. Next court date is November 4th.
How much?
That's 2 weeks.
All right, can I go down with them?
Courtroom 2, next case.
Position 17, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Herbert Kilpatrick is accused of criminal trespass from September 30th, 2025, case number 25 CR 6569J. Mr. Kilpatrick, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
Who is this?
Herbert Kilpatrick, position
Okay.
17.
15 total. 2025 possession of drug-related objects. 09 probation, 09 DUI conviction. That's it.
Thank you. Any objection to a signature bond through the jail and a stay away?
None for me, Your Honor.
All right. What about your Miss Evans battle?
Judge, that if he is going to do a signature bond, I would ask that he have a social worker visit and that he complete an alcohol drug evaluation and treatment while out on bond.
I think he's residentially challenged. It may be difficult, but this is what we're going to do. Mr. Kilpatrick, you cannot return to this location, which is the Constitution Road location. I don't know what's the name of that building.
It's the Constitution Hill apartment.
Okay. Mr. Kilpatrick, if you return to that apartment complex, you'll be arrested again. Today, I'm going to grant you a $500 signature bond through the jail to stay away from the entire complex at 1177 Constitution Road in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the Constitution Hill Apartments, the entire complex. And do not consume any illegal drugs. And I want you to see if you can go to a Grady and perhaps do an alcohol and drug evaluation and see if you qualify for any treatment. Mr. McLean, I would need your client to be seen by a social worker to address housing issues before he's released from jail.
Understood, Your Honor. I'll communicate that.
Thank you.
What's the bond?
500 signature bond through the jail.
We have position 20 next, Mr. Mallory.
Jabari Nathaniel Mallory is accused of criminal trespass, willful obstruction, and simple battery against an officer from October 20th of this year. His accusation number is 25 CR 6578J. Mr. Mallory, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Wills. Any priors?
11. You got an open simple battery DV trespass. It's 25 CR 001 700G. Simple battery DV 24 CR 002 996G. And 21 CR 005 154G. 2020 ag assault, theft by receiving, obstruction, first offender. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for $1,000 surety bond as to each count, which would be $3,000 total surety bond. No further violent contact with officers or persons in the home. I will say, Judge, we did not have an opportunity to speak with the parents of Mr. Mallory. It's actually his mom and his brother were involved in this particular incident. So at this time, we are asking that he stay away from the home at 28 Cedar Run, Sandy Springs, because we've had no contact with them. My reading of the event that took place on that warrant is that there may be either some MH issues or an alcohol drugs type of situation, and would ask the court to at least if we can put something in place to address those things.
Ms. Wills?
Thank you, Your Honor. In speaking with my client, I did not have any concerns for his mental health. We were able to have a cogent and coherent conversation. He is 34 years old. He's originally from Georgia. He's employed at Subway and Willie's. He does have a high school diploma as well as some college. He does live with his mother. It's my understanding he was visiting his brother's home when this incident took place. I would ask that there be no further violent contact between my client and his mother and his brother. I'm looking at the charges here. There's 1 count criminal trespass, obstruction, and then battery against an officer. So there were no allegations of violence against the mother or the brother. So I would just make that request. Furthermore, I would request a signature bond, and if not possible, I would ask for the lowest surety bond amount.
Okay. On the criminal trespass is going to be 1,000. On the misdemeanor willful obstruction, that's going to be 750. And the simple battery against an officer is 750. His total bond is 2,500. It's a surety bond. No further violent contact with law enforcement. No further violent contact with Emmanuel Okwunza. And I'm not sure what's his mother's name.
Alita Scott.
Alita Scott, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stay away from 28 Cedar Run, Sandy Springs in Fulton County, Georgia. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. I'll need him to be seen by a social worker to determine competency and perhaps even housing issues. But looks like his recent case already required him to have no further contact with Alethea Scott and Emmanuel Okunlonza, and this was back on April 1st, 2025. We're going to reset this new case to November 4th, along with his 3 other open cases. Do you want the numbers, Ms. Rachel? Okay. Let's start with the numbers of the other reset cases. 25 CR 001 700G, 24 CR 002 996G, 21 CR 005-154G. So we will see Mr. Mallory on November 4th with 4 open cases. Thank you.
Hold on, Mr. Mallory. Who that?
Anyone else in courtroom 2?
Position 12 next, Mr. Flanagan.
Okay. Mr. McLean, did you need to be in a breakout with your Spanish-speaking defendant?
No, Your Honor, my client speaks English. Her mother speaks Spanish only, and so the obtaining of the interpreter today was for the benefit of her mother.
Okay. And she's at ACDC with all the others, right?
Correct.
Okay. Mark Flanagan is accused of hit and run, failure of the driver to return to the scene of the accident, and following too closely from September 20th, 2025. Mr. Flanagan, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Wills, and your case number is 25 CR 6558H. Mr. Howard?
State, do you have the Arkansas history? It didn't come back on my.
I didn't
I
see
see.
anything. I just have this as his first arrest.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that.
All right, Miss Evans Bell, what's your recommendation for?
It's for the hit and run,
Yes.
$2,500 surety based on the nature of the offense. Also, as for the following too close, $1,000 surety is that our concern is he left the scene of an accident in which there was damage to the property of the victim, Mr. James Hovinka, and they had to try and locate him. It's my understanding the officer spoke with him. There was some concern as to whether or not he had been drinking by the victim in the case, as well as when the officer spoke with him on the phone. So we are asking that as part of the condition of whatever bond the court is inclined to give him, that he completes an ADT, that he have no alcohol, drugs, or weapon while out on bond.
Okay, thank you. On the hit and run, it's going to be 2,000. On the following too closely, it's going to be, I know, Ms. Wills. It's going to be 1,000. This is going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. This is going to be an in-person visit. No illegal drugs and no alcohol. Mr. Flanagan is going to be subject to random screens, and he'll need to report to court when summoned, so please be sure that we have a correct address. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration for the vehicle that he operates. Next court date will be sent to his current address. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And I did want to note that his wife did appear. I've been in communication with her. So.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Deputy Milton. Who do you have there?
Senora Blanca Ostenio.
I'll need to put her in a breakout, but the others have to be, first I have to address all the other cases, so I can't take her yet because she's in a public area. So if I can address the other women before I address her.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Judge, I know that we're here because the victim in her case does not speak English. We were able to speak with her, but I don't see that she's on the call. If
what's the victim's name?
Her name is it is Carolina Rodriguez.
Carolina Rodriguez. Ms. De Leon, could you sound for her to start her video and unmute? Carolina Rodriguez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Buenos días, la señora Carolina Rodríguez. Por favor, prenda su cámara, prenda su micrófono. Carolina Rodríguez, por favor, prenda su cámara y su micrófono. Carolina Rodríguez?
All right. Mr. McLean, did you say the mother was going to be here?
That's what my impression was. That's why the idea was to get an interpreter for the mother. He wanted to.
I'm going to release the interpreter and not make her wait any longer. Thank you, Ms. De Leon. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. Thank you.
Next case, please. Debbie Milton.
Yes, Your Honor. Position 8, Miss Carter.
Good afternoon. This is an announcement for ACDC. My name is Judge Law. Your cases have just been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. In other words, these are formal cases assigned to the State Court of Fulton County. When I address each of your cases, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say about your case in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Presently, we have Ms. Caleb Clifton Campbell. She's got a PI charge against her from October 1st, 2025. Any priors?
This is number 7 or 8?
8.
This Cater.
Miss Cater, number 8. And this is a consent.
Sorry, I had a little coughing fit over there. All right, so this is not 7, but 8, correct?
That is correct, and you signed it.
Okay, so this is Autumn Nicole Cater, accused of simple battery family violence and battery family violence from July 15th, 2025. Ms. Cater, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, who is it?
Miss Cook, Your Honor.
Oh, Ms. Cook, all right. And I understand that the state and Ms. Cook have entered into a consent bond order. Ms. Evans-Battle, what are the terms?
Yes, Your Honor, that it would be a sign your own bond as to simple battery, $1,000, pretrial services level 1. As to the battery, which was an added offense, $2,000, sign your own bond, pretrial level 1. And we are asking that she have no further contact with Brandy Doty at this time, complete 3 anger management classes, submit to an alcohol drug evaluation and treatment, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
And Ms. Cook, are these the terms to which you and your client have agreed?
Yes, Your Honor, that was our understanding. And I just want to clarify, level 1 does allow for telephone reports, correct?
Is there a reason I should allow telephonic reporting?
Yes, Your Honor. She resides in Macon, Georgia.
Macon, okay. Ms. Cater, your total bond is going to be $3,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. I'll allow for telephonic reporting. But you have to maintain a current address with the Fulton County Court so that we can send you your summons to come back to court. If you get arrested again for anything else, if you don't report to court, or if you don't comply with the other conditions, your signature bond will be revoked or surrendered, and you'll be back in jail on either a cash bond or a surety bond. You are to have no further contact with Randy Doty and stay 200 yards away from him and not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. You will be required to complete 3 anger awareness classes with pretrial services. So if they require you to come down to their offices in person to do these classes, you'll be required to do so. Also, within 10 days, you will need to report to a healthcare provider and undergo an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit yourself to any treatment that's required. So if they say you have to do random screens or take counseling, you will be required to do that. Your next court date will be sent to your current address. Thank you.
Next is position 3, Miss Barber.
Right. Tramikia Barber is accused of a fray fighting from October 20th of this year, case 25 CR 6581C. Ms. Barber, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Cook. I understand this is also a consent bond order. Ms. Battle, Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. As to Ms. Barber, we are asking for a $1,500 sign-on bond, pretrial services level 1. We are asking for a fray charge that is that she have no further contact with Destiny Jackson and Shanika Jackson, complete 3 anger awareness classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Barber, I'm sorry, Ms. Cook, and you all have agreed to these terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your bond, presently, Ms. Barber, is going to be $1,500. You don't have to pay for it, but you'll have to comply with the following conditions. Report to pretrial services in person once a month. Have no contact with Destiny and Shaniqua Jackson. So if they live at the same place, great. Then you just have to stay away from that location and have no contact and no communication with either one of them in any way, form, or manner. You'll report to pretrial and complete 3 anger awareness classes. While this case is active, you're not to consume any illegal drugs and no alcoholic beverages. Your next court date will be sent to your current residential address. Thank you.
Next is position 13, Miss Foster.
Did you say 30 or 13?
13.
Okay.
That's a question as well. You find it.
Okay.
This another consent?
Yes, it is.
I'm just saying, give them email.
Tamaria Foster is accused of simple battery under case 25 CR 6564Y from September 15th of 2025. You've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Cook, and this is going to be a consent order signed by the defense and the prosecutor. And the terms are, Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, it's a $2,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 1. We are asking for her to have no further contact with Danielle Calhoun, complete 3 anger management classes, stay away from 780 Magnolia Way, Northwest Atlanta. No further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
Ms. Cook, we good with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Foster, your bond is $2,000. Report to pretrial services once a month in person. No contact with Danielle Calhoun. Stay 200 yards away from this person and do not communicate with this person in any way, form, or manner, which includes social media. Report to pretrial and make sure that you complete 3 anger awareness classes and also stay away from the Magnolia Way location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. Thank you.
Next is position 16, Miss Johnson.
Pejani Johnson has got the following 5 offenses from a motor incident. Charges are fair evasion, 3 counts of willful obstruction and criminal trespass. Ms. Johnson, your case number is 25 CR 6590Y. You've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. Cook. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
No.
First arrest?
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Evans Battle, Any objection to a signature bond?
Your Honor, I was asking for a surety bond in this particular case, and I understand that she doesn't have any prior arrests. But one of the things is that this incident, there was, even though the officers did not charge her with fighting them in this particular case, the reason she is on suspension was that she has been fighting other officers, which is why she's suspended from MARTA. So we were asking for a surety bond based on the information I have in the warrant for $1,000 surety as to each count.
What's the status of a suspension at the present time? I know there was one from May 19th, 2025, effective June 18th. So but it expires on June 18th, 2026.
Correct.
Allegedly for an affray at East Point. Is that correct?
Yes, and the officers in this particular case indicated that it was the same situation. The way they termed it was that she was fighting other officers at East Point location as well. And of course, we think that, if that's certainly the situation in the court is giving her a signature bond, we would ask that she not only comply with that, but we'd also ask for MHET to be performed.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Cook?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Johnson is 22 years old. She's been in Georgia. It's my understanding she's been in Georgia all of her life.
22 years.
She resides by herself. She's completed, according to her, some college at Albany Technical College, where she was studying dental assisting. Currently, she's unemployed, Your Honor. So effectively, any amount of bond you give her will be the equivalent for her of a no bond. Because she doesn't have any priors, we would ask the court to give her a signature bond on these charges.
Where does she live?
She told me that she lives in Atlanta. She gave me the Atlanta address on her. That's on.
I have a North Highland Avenue location. Is that her current address?
That's the one that she verified. Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your current address, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
With whom do you live?
Myself.
And you're unemployed?
I lost my job a month ago, 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay. And how do you plan to report to pretrial if you're not allowed to use SMARTA?
The thing, I have a car. I only needed to use SMARTA that one day, which impacted, but I have a car that I can.
Okay. On the fair evasion, that's going to be 500. On the willful obstruction and trespass, that's going to be 500 each. That's 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services. Level 1, in person. She will report to pretrial once a month in person. She's to stay away from all, not just East Point, not just Alabama Street, every single MARTA property, including the train stations, the buses, and not to board any of their vehicles, and also to stay away from all their facilities, including their parking lots, their bathrooms, and whatever they have on their property. She's not allowed on any of these properties until her suspensions are lifted. Currently, she has a suspension until June of 2026. As a result of this incident, I have a suspicion that they're going to extend it even further. So, Ms. Johnson, if you are as smart as your attorney says you are, please avoid these areas unless you just love to come back here. Your next court date will be sent to your North Highland Avenue address. If you change it, make sure that we are the first folks to find out where you live. Thank you.
Next is position 27, Ms. Stewart.
Amanda Jean Stewart is accused of simple battery and theft by shoplifting from September 19th of this year.
Consent.
Okay. And Ms. Stewart's case number is 25 CR 6567F. Ms. Stewart, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Cook. Ms. Evans-Battle, I understand this is also a consent bond. What are the terms?
Yes, Your Honor. It is as to the simple battery, $2,000 signature through pretrial services level 1. As to the theft by shoplifting, $500 signature through pretrial services level 1. That she have no further contact with Ariana Brogdon. That she complete 3 anger management classes. That she stay away from Arden Garden located at 3113 Main Street, East Point. No further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
Right. And Ms. Cook, are these the terms to which your client has agreed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Ms. Stewart, you can be released on a total of a $2,500 bond. It can be a pretrial signature bond. You report to pretrial once a month in person, and you have to complete 3 anger awareness classes. No contact with Ariana Brogdon. Stay away from the restaurant known as Arden Garden and Main Street, 3113 Main Street. And if you get arrested again for anything else, or if you don't report to court when summoned, your signature bond will be surrendered. Thank you.
Next is position 29, Ms. Walker.
Carlisa Walker is accused of a fray from October 20th of this year. Ms. Walker, your case number is 25 CR 6580J. You have been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Maureen McLeod. Is there a consent bond in this one, or are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good
There
afternoon.
is.
All right. And Ms. Evans-Battle, what are the terms?
Your Honor, we would ask that it be an unsecured judicial release in this particular case on the charge of a fray. That she have no further contact with Destiny Jackson and Shanika Jackson. And that she have no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapon while on bond.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, you are the co-defendant from another case, so you can be released on what we call a unsecured judicial release bond. It is still a bond, and this is still an active case. Please make sure that you have no contact with Destiny and Shaniqua Jackson. Stay away from wherever they're located, their home, their place of work. If they happen to be on the street, you can't be anywhere near them. Do not communicate with them in any way, form, or manner, including on social media. And your next court date will be sent to your current residential address. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, and that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a great day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Then Deputy Milton, once you only have Miss Blanca or Sonia there, then I can go into a breakout with her.
Please 1 second.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Meantime, courtroom 2, is there anyone else we need to address?
Yes, ma'am. We have position 31 next.
Dontavius Weiss. Mr. Weiss is accused of 2 counts of theft by receiving stolen property from October 1st of this year, case 25 CR 6584G. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, who is Mr. Weiss's attorney? Dontavius Weiss? Mr. McLean? Ms. Wills? Ms. Cook?
I didn't speak to him, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, I do not represent him.
Mr. McLean, did you speak to Dontavius Weiss?
I did, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. Bingo.
I'm sorry, I had to just unmute to find out who we were talking about.
Dontavius Weiss, position 31. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
16. You got open theft by receiving obstruction. suspended license 25 SC 002114. He has a bench warrant, 2 probations from last year, 2024 obstruction conviction,
That's good.
27.
That's good. Thank you. Mr. Rhodes, what's the bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Wise, the state is recommending a $5,000 good bond, 2,500 on each of the theft by receiving stolen property charges. We're asking that he stay away from 4736 Best Road in College Park, Georgia, which is the Westin Hotel, and that he also stay away from 3030 Headland Drive, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, which is the Kroger's, which is where the other act in this case was taking place. That he undergoes an anti-theft course while out on bond, and that he has no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Your Honor, this did stem from October 10th of this year. Officers received information in regards to a theft that occurred at that Westin Hotel in College Park. That on October 1st, caller called and said that from their vehicle, a blue iPhone 13 Pro Max was stolen that was valued at $500. And then when they did their investigation, they found out that that phone, along with a white, on October 1st, a red 2018 Ford F-150, that another white iPhone 14 Pro Max was also stolen, valued at $700. Mr. Vasquez, who is the victim, indicated that he realized that both phones were in fact stolen. Both iPhones were sold and pawned by Mr. Dontavius to Marcus Wise on October 3rd, 2025. The blue iPhone Pro Max was sold and pawned at 7:30 p.m. and the white iPhone 14 Pro Max was sold and pawned at roughly around 7:25, just minutes before, and it was at that Kroger's located at the 3030 Headland Drive. The sale was made through what they call an eco ATM system at that store, where Mr. Wise is seen selling both stolen iPhones by camera on the eco ATM. Mr. Wise sold the blue iPhone for $50 and the white iPhone Pro for $85. And Mr. Wise's identification was confirmed because in order to make the sale, he had to give the machine his driver's license. So his identity was confirmed through the eco ATM, Your Honor. Given the defendant's criminal history and the fact that he has probation violations, failure to appear as an open case, we do believe that a surety bond is we're suggesting a surety bond in this particular case, and we already gave you that amount, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Wise, if I might, let me scroll back here to some notes. Mr. Wise is 26 years old. He's quite local, living on Ormwood in 30312. Give him a bond. It's not a signature bond because the FTA, which is noted in the PSA, and he's aware of. We would ask the court to give him the lowest possible bond considering the circumstances, pointing not a violent crime. Thank you.
It's $150 cash on each count. That's a $300 cash bond. And we will, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and we'll see him in court on November 4th. Thank you.
Your Honor, any position on the stayaways or not at this time?
I'm not sure who to stay away is theft by receiving. Well, I think he should get the message that maybe an eco ATM is not the appropriate venue. So.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Any other cases in courtroom 2?
We have position 22.
And I also represented position 19, Mr. Leverett. There was a consent bond in that case.
Okay. Is he in the courtroom? Well, let's do 22 first. And Tuare Lawrence Mohammed is accused of terroristic threats and acts. And this is from October 20th of 2025. Mr. Mohammed, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. and your case number is 25 CR 6586E. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
8. Last was 06, step RC.
Okay. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, and I believe, Mr. Howard, there were some violent history associated with this defendant back then. I understand it's been, 20-some years, but this situation was at the City Hall in East Point. He's an employee, or I'm not sure if he's still an employee, and the other person is an employee there as well. We're asking for a $3,000 surety bond, that he have no further contact with Oliver Brown, that he not be on the property unless he is so employed to be on the property. The location of the incident was 2757 East Point Street in East Point, Georgia, that he complete at least 3 anger management classes. If this court is so inclined to give him a surety bond. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Mr. McLean, on the terroristic threats, that's going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1, in person. No further contact with Oliver Brown. Stay away from the City Hall in East Point. Stay 200 yards away. He's not allowed inside that building. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and I'll need him to do 2 anger awareness classes while he reports to pretrial. If he fails to report to pretrial, if he contacts Mr. Brown in any way, form, or manner, or discusses him on social media, then he will be in violation of the bond, and it will be surrendered, and he'll be back in jail. Now, I know I'm keeping him away from a government building, so unless if he wants to have a legitimate reason to enter the building, he would need to petition the court by motion and get an order to lift that bond condition. Next court date will be sent to his current residential address.
If I might consult with him just a moment, Your Honor, I believe.
Sure.
Mr. Muhammad?
Yes.
Currently, is there any reason other than official business that you might have with city government of East Point? Is there any reason such as employment that is current as opposed to suspended or terminated for you to be in that building?
Yes, I'm gonna contest the termination.
Okay.
You're not allowed in the building to contest the petition.
No, it'll be by email.
Okay.
I am going to talk to Joshua Butler, the council person, to see if he can resolve this.
Okay.
Very good.
Like I said, if he needs to enter the building for a legitimate business reason, he must obtain a court order lifting this bond condition. Thank you.
Just want to make sure we were clarified. Thank you.
All right, courtroom 2, do we have anyone else? Was there a position 19 that was supposed to be in the courtroom?
Yes, Judge.
I mean, if that person's not in the courtroom, we can just allocate the terms as long as they understand the release terms.
No, he's not in.
Okay. Position 19, Ms. Wills, your client is Royce Leverett, accused of fair evasion and criminal trespass from October 20th, 2025, case number 25 CR 6588E. This is a consent bond order. Ms. Evans Battle, what are the terms?
Yes, it's for a total of $1,500 as to the fair evasion, $500 signature pretrial services level 2 in this particular case, based on his history. Criminal trespass, it would be $1,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 2. That he stay away from all MARTA locations and complete the terms of his suspension, that he meet with a social worker and follow those recommendations, and no further violations of the law, no alcohol, weapons, or drugs while out on bond.
And Ms. Wills, are these the terms to which your client agreed?
Yes, Your Honor, and I have communicated those terms to my client, and a social worker visit has already been completed.
All right, and he understands he has to report to pretrial twice a month, correct?
That I did not communicate with him.
And that he has to stay away from all Marta property in accordance with the suspension.
Yes, he is aware of all the other conditions.
Well, he needs to know that he needs to report to pretrial twice a month, otherwise it will be surrendered.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone in courtroom 2 that's able to either communicate that, or am I able to get in touch with Mr. Leverett?
Do you have his phone number?
No, I don't.
Does he have an address?
Maybe he gave it to us. Position 19.
Does he have an address?
I'm going to find out too.
I didn't ask for his address.
On Odyssey, he has an address, 3909 Campbellton Road in Southwest Atlanta, apartment 16.
Okay.
30331. And number is 770-489-1856.
Okay. And he
That's
did
on
indicate, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
He did indicate to the social worker that he does have housing.
Okay. It's just that twice a month. I don't want him to jeopardize his pretrial.
Understood. Thank you, Judge.
Does he know he has to report to pretrial?
No, I will need to communicate with Mr. Leverett, his obligations reporting to pretrial.
You want me?
You know, Your Honor, if I may interject, my understanding of whenever they get a pretrial release, a pretrial officer does speak to them before they leave the jail.
Is that correct, Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Okay. Could you make a note to emphasize that he has to report in person twice a month?
Who, me?
Yes, or whoever does the interview with him.
They're gonna read what's on the bond order.
Okay. All right. Now hopefully he understands. Thank you. All right. Any other cases in courtroom 2?
Yes, we have, position 18.
Position 18, I have Wesley Kapchunos, simple battery family violence from October 21st, case 25 CR 6577E. Mr. Kapchunos, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
Oh, guess that's my cue. No.
First arrest, okay. And Ms. Evans-Battle, what's the recommendation?
We're asking for a $2,000 surety bond. No further violent contact with his son, Max Wood, who is the victim in this case. And if the court is so inclined, because of his lack of history, to give a signature bond, we are asking that he complete 8 anger management classes minimally. This seemed as if it was a pretty violent act, and based on that, that's why we're asking for the surety bond.
Okay. Mr. McLean, this is going to be a 1,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. I'll allow for telephonic reporting. No further violent contact with, is it Max Wood? Is that the son's name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. He may return to the location if he's cohabitating with Mr. Wood. Mr. Kapchunas, I need you to do 4 anger awareness classes while you are reporting to pretrial once a month. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. If you own any firearms, they need to be surrendered to the authorities for destruction within 10 days of being released. Thank you.
And Your Honor, my understanding is the stepson has left the residence. I spoke to the family at their.
Oh. Well, that should make contact a little easier, but if he comes visiting, just no violent altercations. Thank you. Any other cases in courtroom 2? No? Okay. I'm just going to go into a brief breakout. We can pause the recording in the live stream